What up, it's your boy Stefan with the Master of Me podcast. Master of Me? Hey, my man. What do you mean master? How do you become master of anything? You tell me. You focus all of your energy on one thing. One thing, man. What up, it's your boy Stefan with the Master of Me podcast. I'm here today to fulfill my promise, and that is to only speak when my words bring value. I have a friend, a guest that has the same matching energy to bring value to the table today. Ben, tell him who you are and what you do.
How's it going, y'all? My name is Ben Mauseth. I am a videographer and photographer for Bloomhouse Media.
That is exciting. Bloomhouse Media, man. What got you into videography?
Well, it's something that I really wanted to sink my teeth into. I really saw something in it right after I got done playing ball, and the same passion, the same drive that I had in baseball, I could correlate to videography and photography and creating a story, and that was something that I really enjoyed. And when I was on the field, that's something that I really wanted to do, was tell my story. And while I was playing, when I stole a base, when I, hit a ball in a gap, that's how I told my story. And when I got done, I didn't really have a story, I felt like. And I needed something to really sink my teeth into. And I started looking into things that I really loved. And I've always loved taking photos, and never thought that it would be something that, I could create a career out of. And sure enough, my parents got my first camera right after college, and I was like, they had one. It was an old Nikon, quick shot, quick and easy, just trying to work angles and just understand how to create my own story. Right. And it was a lot of trial and error and a lot of understanding that time and place are the most important thing. And when it came down to it, it just barreled down to just believing that the story that's being told is just as important as how you're doing it. Right. So just looking deeper into the meaning of how I presented my work was something that really made me fall passionately in love with the process. Right. And just like baseball. And that's why videography and photography, it syncs so well with me. Right. Because I put in the same type of passion, the same type of drive that I would if I was going out there and trying to, go 4-for-4.
I could imagine the amount of habits and discipline, rituals it takes to get to the level of, even in baseball, to get to a collegiate level, to continue to perform, to hit the ball at the right time, at the right place. If you're hitting a gap or a Texas leaguer or doing your job, you're up to bat. It is your time to do it. So it takes a lot of discipline on the time that you're not performing to get that done. What are some of the things you're doing on videography to keep you sharp and to keep you in the game, so that way when it's your time to perform, you don't miss?
Right, absolutely. There are things that baseball have taught me from the beginning, and the biggest thing that correlates with me is remembering your fundamentals. Every time we stepped on the ball field in spring, what did you do? You went over the fundamentals of how you field the ground ball, how you put down a bunt out third base. That's what you do, is you go over the important key factors that are the core foundation of what you do.
Right.
And that's what I do with videography, is incorporate that same type of mentality.
I love that. I coach wrestling, and there's a lot of the same connection when it comes to setting up a move. It's one thing when you're someone screaming from the sideline, take them down. Mm-hmm. But it's another thing to be in the right position at the right time. So that technique and the timing of when you're changing your levels, when you're dropping your knee, how you're grabbing the leg, it's the hows that's important, not just the concept of, I'm trying to take them down. You want to scream I'm trying, it's not working. But it's one step, two step, three steps. So I could imagine with the bunt, especially, there's a setup to it on what's important.
There's the whole process of how you kind of prepare for the outcome that you're looking for.
Right.
And that has been ingrained in me since I was little. And
Right.
that's just, I'm blessed to be able to, you know, instill that continuously in my work. And now me and my girlfriend have made ourselves, you know, a good progress into the bodybuilding world, which
Right.
is really cool. Like, that environment is something that just blows the water out of just how incredibly passionate and just exactly what we're talking
Right.
about. That lifestyle is ingrained in that whole thing, and it's just so cool to be able to be a part of that as well.
To pivot into, we talked about the adjustments, like it's like using the foundation and then applying it to every place that we're in now, like the new
Yeah.
flight of stairs is what we said earlier. And so bodybuilding, how's that been for you? I've seen some pictures of you competing. How's that been?
I mean, competing is a lot of fun. I mean, like, just like stepping on the field, like, that is something that is an experience through and through, and props to anybody that, you know, takes the courage or the discipline to just step out on that stage because you've won already, because that shit is hard. I mean, it's a grind no matter what, and I think that's why I enjoy it, and to be able to also capture that. And I won my pro card last year in February, and my girlfriend won her Jamie, she won her pro card.
So you gotta earn 'em.
Yeah, you gotta earn it. She won it 10 weeks earlier. And we both decided at that moment that we both wanted to kind of give back to the sport,
Right.
just the way that we felt what we had just experienced.
Right.
And like, I wanted to capture that moment
Right.
and give that to somebody.
Right.
And she wanted to teach somebody the proper discipline of how to get through a prep and be proud about stepping on stage. And we've both accomplished that, which is really cool.
That's neat that you guys both found roles, like they're different roles on a boat, let's just say, but you're both contributing to it. Like,
Right.
if she's working on the day-to-day, you're working on capturing the moment, which could come from somewhere, right? Like, when my time in wrestling, like the big moves that I had on those mats that were like elevated and stuff,
Right.
like those big slams and throws, like I'm never gonna get those back, other than the people that were there watching me at that
Right.
moment were like, that was a stud
That
move
was-
right there.
that
Like,
was
that was
sick.
it. Like,
Yeah.
whenever do you get to go that high and come back down and hear it? And, you know, when, like, having what we have now within videography and capturing moments, like, I could imagine that those times, like, you know that you have, like, wherever you step in at the moment, like, you get to capture it, like, it's there. Like,
Yes.
boom. Like, that is
It's-
moment kept forever, which is somebody's confidence and courage that they get to go use and apply later.
Yeah.
Like, they can go back and look at that, and David Goggins calls it like a cookie jar or something like that. But
Literally, yeah.
not just experiencing it, but like actually getting to see it again. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, dude, I want to apply. I want to go after it. Like, I want to keep pushing at it.
And to be able to see that moment happen in real time
Right.
and be able to record that, like,
Right.
I see it through the lens.
Right.
And like that, like, and I know when it's like, it's such a crazy feeling to be able to be in a moment and capturing it and knowing that this moment could mean
Everything.
everything.
Right.
And it actually, it makes my heart race. Like, it literally, in those moments, I can feel myself, the adrenaline kicks, because I know how important these moments are. And I'm like, all right, you gotta capture this.
100%. And it takes a
Yeah.
lot of courage to do that. It, like, you know, like, did you see the stuff that happened with Tyreek Hill at the Dolphins, where
Yeah.
like a fan jumped out and recorded, or he took his phone or something
Took
like
his
that,
phone, yeah.
and he got in trouble? But now that specific program is like allowing content creators to go out there and do that. So it's almost like the repercussion or the consequence that was bad at first, but then after seeing how it played out and what it can really do, like,
Yeah.
the impact it has on somebody being that person. Like, it doesn't have to be a news media or the person that is at
Yeah.
that specific event. Like, if you have the ability, like, you can grab it. Like, it's
Right.
almost like a responsibility.
Yeah, it does feel somewhat like a responsibility. I mean, you see it and you know, like, it's not like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna have the camera. Like, I can feel my hands moving
Right.
towards that moment, and me making sure that everything is in line. My brain is working towards that moment, and everything slows down. Like, everything slows down.
It's crazy because it's
Yeah.
like a new sport or a new skill set, a new
Yeah.
technique that you're applying to life. And I mean, ultimately, we're playing a game of life, and you found a
Right.
way to make money and also to do something that feels good, probably to yourself, like that. The output of it, of seeing the completed video and the edit, like that feels good. Like I've known because I've seen it on small forms for my own evidence.
Yeah.
But I could imagine like what you're producing and putting out. You're like, yeah, I did that. Like it feels good, right?
Feels
You're
good.
filling that. You're filling yourself up, your own cup, by putting that stuff out, even if it's for other people, not your own.
I think that's why it means a lot to me, is because I'm providing moments for people, and I love that. Like I've always played baseball, and baseball has been a team game, and it's always been about helping us as a team make it. And I think being able to just partake that in just a little bit and still help in a way, I think that's so cool, and I enjoy it.
Dude.
Yeah.
Like what a way to put it is I'm providing moments for people. Like that in itself is the gold mine of like that's somebody's like how many times you talk about high school, you talked about like the stuff you did, like even as Little League, I can go back to playing for Old Pueblo baseball, Old Pueblo Little League, and like seeing those line drive hits or something, and it's like they felt good, my parents were there, whatever the cases were, but like you still get that little feeling like I did that.
You can literally remember, who was sitting in the stands, what color, was the grass green or was it brown? Those your memory is so incredible, and to be able to have an easy way to access all those memories, it's so cool to be able to provide that.
I think that's the trick too, is that now, like if you need that evidence for yourself, like opposed to being back to, like for me, sometimes my father passed away, and I'll go back to a golf course, and I'll smell the grass, and it'll bring me back to the times I was with him. So now we get these opportunities where you can just pick up your phone, get into this bank of stuff that you have that like, all right, I need to draw from here right now so I can go do what I need to get done. So it's more of like how accessible your moments are in front of you, so that way you can pull the energy you need and go drive it towards the goal that you're trying to accomplish, which is huge, man. I think it's a powerful skill. How is your day-to-day with the fitness, like your eating? Like I got another question I just thought of right now, but I'm gonna pull it after eating. Like,
eating, it's extremely measured. Let's put it that way. We are very meticulous about what we put in our body, just because it's
gonna help you or hurt you.
Yes, and as natural athletes, we need everything we can get. We want to step onto the enhanced stage, and we want to experience the stages that that have the best athletes. And in order to do that, we're going to have to go against enhanced athletes, but we want to do it naturally. And in order to do that, you have to eat right, you have to train right, and you have to sleep right. You got to do all those things.
So I've asked this question to a buddy of mine. He's a natural pro bodybuilder. He lives out in Vegas, moving to California right now. DJ, you probably know him, Derek Lamar Joe, getting into like the bikini for the first time. Like there's this level of comfortability or vulnerability of being up there, like fully exposed. Like how was that going into bodybuilding been for you? Like was it natural, or did you like gotta warm up to it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was. At first it was I gotta wear those. So yeah, I like it. It was a little bit of a wait a second, but I mean, once you realize the power of posing and how important it is to show your physique, like what you're wearing it goes out the window, because you can create an image that can change somebody's perspective for you forever. Right. So
it's a new moment.
Yeah, it's a brand new moment. So it didn't like I got the short, I got the trunks, and I was like, okay, I gotta wear this. I was doing my, you got to do your check-ins. So check-ins are very important, making sure you're hitting your posing and doing your routines constantly, because not only are you working to show your best physique, but you have to show it off in the best light. And in order to do that, you have to be good at posing. So with your check-ins, you send, your posing photos, and like over time you get used to it. And then you realize, you didn't realize you're sitting on stage in just your underwear. And so like the music's going, all this stuff is going on.
You got bigger problems right now.
Yeah, I got bigger problems to deal with than that. You know what I mean? Like I got to make sure I hit this, side tricep right. And make sure my breathing's right so that my core stays tight. And that overcomes it. When you experience it, that overcomes it for sure. And you realize that, there's so much more involved in that. And it's It's uncomfortable at first, yeah.
Right.
But people, once you realize how much more
Bigger.
just bigger parts are just involved
Right.
in the presentation. You're just
Right.
like, oh, okay, then it doesn't matter that I'm wearing that anymore because my back double bicep is
Right.
gnarly, you know, and like it gives you that confidence.
Right.
So you receive, you know, through that process of continuously, it's discipline. So
Right.
it's I would want to say it's motivation, but it's complete discipline.
Right.
Like motivation does go out, and you have to just get up and do it.
Right.
You have to, and you have to. So it makes it tough to continuously do that.
Right.
So that's where the difference starts to gap.
Right.
You know, from the people who are really fucking good,
Right.
and then the people who show up and they enjoy the shows and they're looking to get better and they're doing what they want, but they're not pushing themselves to the fullest potential, and that's through doing those three things:
Right.
eating right, sleeping right, and just making sure you're physically active in the right way.
Right.
Like,
What is where's your special, like, we just talked about discipline. For me, it's going back to, like, I'll put out videos of me doing CrossFit or like lifts or something like that. It's not for other people. Like
Right.
that is my bank of places where I go to and I watch the reels of stuff that I did, and it's like,
Yeah.
all right, I was having a hard day that day. That day I hurt my wrists. That day was my lower back.
Right.
Like all those things, and I still came through it. Like,
Yeah.
so what's next? Like, what is it for you? Like how?
Well, physically, like when it comes to the physical aspect, like going out and doing a workout, never been my issue. Like I love doing that. You know, I was on the field at 4 o'clock in the morning with the lights on hitting. You know, like I was in every day for early work. Like I love doing that. So the biggest struggle was when I felt like I wasn't successfully progressing in my career.
Right.
Like that's when I felt like I was struggling more, was when I felt like I want my content to resonate with people. I want people to understand that I'm working really hard,
Right.
but it's not getting there.
Right.
So it was about really kind of sitting back and assessing that.
Right.
When it comes to like the process of realizing like I needed to find something that I needed to look back on, and what I do is instead of trying to look back, I look forward and I say, all right, what can I create now to
Right.
help me, not just help me, but help the individual, whoever I'm creating it for, resonate better. And that's where
That hit deep, bro. Like, and let me tell you why. Is because going back and looking at what you've done versus like, hold on, if I don't get my ass up right now, there's a moment in front of me that I can miss, that I won't get to build off of right now. So it's not back, it's forward on, all right, that gym time, that session, that pressure of like, it's over there, not right here. And that's a complete perspective shift right there, because it's not like going back and seeing what you've done before to remind you like you've done it before. Like you may need that section of it, but then there's also the perspective of like, all right, I got to get up and move right now.
Right.
Because what's over there and what I can put out, not only with my content, but build more confidence, more evidence that I can continue to push myself.
Yeah.
And it's just that, like, I don't know how you feel about it. Like, I do see that you're going from baseball to fitness to creating a business and now growing off of it. Like, it is the definition that we're either growing or dying. So if we're not doing anything or pushing to it, like, I could imagine that our self-esteem is going to be low, our demeanors, like, are we proactive? But like in our case, like how fast was it to connect right now and make it happen? Like it takes a week time tops, where some people, like I've had wanting to do a podcast for a year or something, and always something comes up or something like that. And it's more of like, all right, if you just build the evidence of moving forward of what's out there, which is the testament of what I'm talking about right now. It's like, it's go out there, get it done. Like JFDI, just fucking do it. And boom, like, all right, I feel good. I just pulled myself up instead of like looking for something to pull me up, like an old video. Which is just crazy, because I started talking about it that way. It was the way that I was looking at it, and it's how I view it sometimes. But now it's totally shifted on the spot of like, hold on, well, inadvertently, like we're still going towards it, but you're looking at it differently from.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like the moment is there, and maybe it's something that doesn't exist, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist yet. It doesn't mean you can't create it later down the road. So it's really about just making sure that you stay on trying to create. It doesn't, like, as long as you try, like, you know what I mean? Like, That's the most important part.
Right.
Is you trying. If you don't try, then you're not gonna. You miss, what is it? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
100%, Mr. Wayne Gretzky, dude.
Yeah.
Like, think about. I mean, what you have, like, as far as your evidence on stage right now, on posing and, like, the feeling of being up there. Like, would you have seen that before? Like, I mean, I'm into like setting up goals and manifesting it down the road. But like, had you not just been pushing yourself, like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I wanted to step on stage, and I knew that once I stepped on stage, that wasn't going to be my only stage that I was going to step on. I knew that through just the 16-week process that, I mean, it was 32 weeks, but 16 weeks of actual prep, like, I knew that I wasn't going to just go in and do one show and be like, yeah,
Right.
I'm good. No, I knew this is going to be a part of my life for the rest of my life.
Right. It's super crazy that we're having this conversation because there's been moments in my life where, for example, like I used to rap back in the day, like as I was going through college, and I got on stage and I performed with The Game and Black Wall Street at the
Very
Rialto
cool.
Theater. Like, it was
Okay.
cool. I got content. Young Mac was up there on the stage with me recording it.
Very cool.
Which was all fun stuff. And then I stopped after that. Like, it was almost like my goal was to get there, perform, and then I didn't see further after that. So
Yeah.
it, like, there's got to be different goals of where you feel it right now, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna keep driving this. Like, this is not a one time, like, I'm gonna check it off my list.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be the difference for sure.
I think the biggest thing is that I realized that the things that I was, like, the goals that I wanted weren't actually there wasn't a place for me to go and do that. Like, it wasn't like there was no reason for me to be able to go and do that.
Right.
The only thing that allowed me to do that was my will and my determination of just understanding the moment.
Right.
And I think, like, that's why I'm super blessed to have met, you know, Yvette Robinson from the OCB and Whitney Jones from the MPC, because they showed me really what it meant to embody the world of bodybuilding. And for those two people to be the experience that I first had in bodybuilding, there was nothing more that I needed to
Right.
really to capture the moment. I was like, I got what I need. I have everything I need. These people are amazing. They truly live and breathe the sport. And everybody who has done their shows appreciates every moment throughout it. And to be able to capture that and provide that for Yvette and for Whitney Jones, and now I'm going to be the photographer for Triple O, like, it's mind-boggling to be able to go down that road.
That is, it's crazy, but there's a major takeaway in that, and it's the belief while you're in the moment that you have everything that you need. Like, I always have all that I need. So I'll use that as an affirmation. I always have all that I need. Or I'll jump into, like, I'm perfect as I am and as I am becoming. And so, like, holding on to those, like, I'll have to remind myself. I'll look in the mirror. I'll, like, do a breathing exercise or something like that just to bring it back. Because there's times where it doesn't feel like I have everything and I need more, or I'm missing pieces, or I need more time. That can always be the case. But at the same time, like, it's just believing that it's here. It's now. This is the moment, and I have everything that I need. And we're in it. We're living it.
Yes, the
getting
truth,
it done,
bro. Yeah.
That's exciting, dude. What's some of your future goals here? Like, what's down your vision? You were just talking a little bit right now.
Yeah,
like,
well, I mean, like, I did 4 shows last year, and now I'm blessed to have 10 shows for 2025. So that's a big part of what I'm gonna be, you know, involved in, and that's really cool to be able to be involved in both the natural bodybuilding world as well as the NPC, and it's so cool to be able to administer the content for them. But through and through that, like, I'm starting to work with several different agencies, just try to continuously help companies and just be supportive in any way possible in that aspect. I mean, there's so many ways to capture a moment. I think if people are willing to try, then I think that's when moments are created. Right. But if people are nervous about taking that dive, then that's when it's hard to kind of create that moment.
Right.
Yeah.
It's that confidence that gets built over evidence. So, I mean, I could imagine that if you get stuck with a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset, then that can definitely hold you back, right? Because that's what a fixed mindset does. It's safe. Like it gets used. Otherwise, people wouldn't have them.
Right.
There's a purpose to it. There's a benefit that if I play it safe or I do what I've always done before, then I don't have to get discouraged for failing down the road. It's more of if I have a growth mindset, I'm okay with failing because it's going to lead me to how to fix it and how to get better.
Those who take risks are free.
Right, are free. And freedom, I mean, out of all of it in the world, like that is what we have, is how to build that freedom for us. So, man, kudos to you on building a business for yourself with your girlfriend and just growing in that dynamic on doing things together, in addition to where you have come and where you come from and taking those steps to where you're at now. And all those things, obviously, the proof is in the pudding, and that's all you have is the evidence and confidence that you've built over your life and the steps that you've taken to get there. And so it comes out, not through me. I told you, like, right when you walked into the door, somebody else gave, like, that dude had an energy, like he's got it. So with that, man, to put off that aura and continuing to do that, like it's impressive, because it's not every day that you get that opportunity to be in front of a person who's just pushing on their vision or their mission and daily taking the steps on where they need to go. And it's an attractive trait, and you're going to continue to attract people like that towards you, and that's when you're going to continue to get blessed, man. So I'm glad to be a part of it. I'm glad that I get to be here, be of some sort of value to continue to push you in your direction. The same thing you're doing for other people, like it is my goal to just be a small piece of that, a pebble in your path, man. And
thank
man,
you for that, bro.
That's cool.
Seriously.
I'm gonna copyright that, pebble in your path, man. That was great.
Copyright that, yeah.
That was great.
Snag that one.
Yeah, that was a good one, man. I'm excited, man. How can people find you if they want to work with you, if they just have questions on fitness or something, like anything in your life, they just want to connect? How can they do that?
Absolutely, yeah. So I have a website. It's bloomhousemedia.com, but you can also go to my IG at bloomhousemedia, as well as I have a email that you can easily send any inquiries. I'd love to make your vision come to life. It's bhmproductionsaz@gmail.com.
Let's freaking go. Ladies and gentlemen, your value has been served.